So in today's video, we are going to be discussing Matty Foulds' departure from Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. I know this has certainly not gone down well with the Bradford City fan base on social media. The man who started our last 18 matches, I think in all competitions, or maybe just in the league, has been loaned out to Harrogate Town. It seems absolutely crazy to be honest with you. Yesterday, obviously, we did complete the loan signing of Rotherham United left-back Talaji Bowler on a deal until the end of the season, like I say, on loan there. And then this one has just completely come out of the blue. It was announced today at 6:30, and I was just about to set off for football training, so I do apologise about this video being out a little bit later than usual, but obviously there's nothing that I can really do about that. So make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. So Bradford City tweeted today at 6:30 PM saying, breaking news, Matty Foulds will spend the rest of the season on loan at Harrogate Town, hashtag BCAFC, and they didn't even tag him in the tweet. The article does then read, Foulds in Harrogate loan switch. Matty Foulds will spend the rest of the 22-23 campaign on loan at Harrogate Town. The left-back moves to the Envirovent. What an interesting stadium name. Having made 21 appearances for the Bantams this season in all competitions, Bradford City AFC would like to wish Matty the very best throughout his spell at Harrogate Town. Obviously, Harrogate tweeted about it. They made numerous announcer, teaser sort of videos, and loads of stuff's been said about it. But Harrogate Town tweeted at 6:30 PM saying, we're delighted to welcome defender Matthew Foulds, 98, on loan for the remainder of the 2022-23 season. The left-back becomes our third signing of the transfer window, hashtag proud to be Town. Their article does then read, Harrogate Town news, Bantams defender signs on loan. We're delighted to welcome Bradford City defender Matty Foulds to the club on loan for the remainder of the 2022-23 season. The 24-year-old left-back joins, having featured heavily for Mark Hughes' side this season, including playing every minute of our last 3 meetings with the Bantams in 2022-23. The Bradford-born defender started his career at his hometown club before moving to Bury, then Everton, where Foulds would lift the Premier League 2 competition twice and Premier League Cup. After 4 years at Goodison Park, Foulds opted to move abroad to Serie C and Como, however returned to his hometown club in January 2021, so obviously 2 years ago, and has now gone on to make over 50 appearances for the West Yorkshire side, something that persuaded manager Simon Weaver to act quickly. He's very reliable, has good ability on the ball, is a good size and experience. It was too good an opportunity to turn down, so we have tried to move in quickly and bring him in, explained Weaver. I'm sure a player of his pedigree could have had other opportunities, so we're delighted he has acted decisively. Thanks to him and his agent for making it happen so quickly. We have played some excellent football at times this season, but our undoing has been the lack of size in the team at times and the over-dependence on 1 or 2 at-set plays. We want to have more of a balanced and robust look about ourselves moving forward. He's not just brings the height, he's a very, very good footballer as well, in my opinion, for this level. Matty will wear the number 33 while at the club and is available for Saturday's trip to Grimsby Town, subject to EFL clearance. Before we get into Matty Foulds' career so far, before we get into his statistics as well from this season, I just think this move overall, it's absolutely mind-blowing, isn't it? He's been unbelievable so far for us this season. Granted, his last 5 or 6 games maybe haven't been his best in a Bradford City shirt. I wouldn't say he's played bad in them games. I wouldn't say he's played great. I just think he's kind of been meh performances, nothing too special, whereas the first, I'd say 10-12 matches he played this season, he was absolutely unreal. He was literally putting in 7, 8, if not 9 out of 10 performances week in, week out. The man was very consistent, and for a period of time between, I'd probably say September and mid-November, he was arguably one of our player of the seasons, along with Andy Cook, along with Harry Lewis. He's been absolutely unbelievable so far for us this season. He had to wait for his opportunity. Obviously, we started out the season with Liam Ridehalgh as our first choice left-back, a decision which certainly divided the fan base, to be honest with you. Matty Foulds' last season was decent, but there's certainly, when he came in this season, he stepped his level up and he certainly tied himself down to be our first choice left back. Over the last couple of games though, he has declined slightly. Liam Ridehalgh is now back fit as well, so it does mean we have three natural left backs now, with us obviously yesterday completing the signing of Talaji Bowler on loan from Rotherham United. It's certainly, I think it's a bit harsh on Matty Foulds, to be honest with you. I think he's earned the right now to be playing week in, week out, and maybe if his performances would have kept being average, maybe in your promotion winning side, you can't accept accept these average performances, but clearly he's shown for a 10-12 game period he can be an absolutely unbelievable left back at this level. It's maybe just a shame for his sake that the coincidence and the timing of him having this slight dip in form has come around the January transfer window. Maybe Mark Hughes has reacted a little bit on that and maybe doesn't want to see Matty Foulds play with these inconsistent, poorish, not great performances for the rest of the season, because I would say over the last couple of matches he has been pretty poor, to be honest with you. But I think to just get rid of him, basically. You know, you kind of just put him to the side after how good he has been for the majority of the season. I do think it is really harsh on Matty Foulds, and that's a lot of what Bradford City fans were saying under the tweet announcing it about Matty Foulds. He's been, you know, solid for us so far this season. I understand that, obviously, Mark Hughes has made the decision that he wants to bring Talaji Bowler in. So from that point of view, as soon as Bowler comes in, it's either going to be Foulds or Liam Rideout to depart. Now, for me, it should have been Liam Rideout because he's over 30, he's very, very injury prone, and I personally think Foulds is the better player. Last season, I would say Rideout was a better player, but this season, Rideout was really, really poor at the start of the season. If you think about that game away at Hartlepool, the man was absolutely shocking. If you are interested in going the extra mile to support the channel, then feel free to become a member and unlock members-only videos, receive early access to videos, you can get a shout-out in every video. Also, you'll be able to access exclusive member badges and emotes, as well as other exclusive content. Prices start from as little as 99p. Thank you very much for your support. And you could maybe say at times it was down to Lee Angle not really being the most defensive player and all that sort of stuff, and he didn't really have too much support and cover, but last season he showed that he could get up and down, put some good crosses into the box. This season I thought he was really poor, to be honest with you. When Foulds came in, he took his opportunity, and I guess if there's no real point in him just staying around, you know, he's 24, he needs to be playing week in, week out now. You know, he's played over 50 games for us now, so he does need to be playing week in, week out, getting minutes under his belt, and he's not going to do that here if Mark Hughes clearly sees Talaji Bowler ahead of Matty Foulds. Now, if he sees Liam Rideout ahead of Matty Foulds, that's where we're going to have a problem here. I think a lot of the fan base would agree with that. Matty Foulds, I think, is a complete step up on Liam Rideout. He's 7 or 8 years younger. He's one of our own as well. He's a future captain of Bradford City, in my opinion. So, from the point of view of when we brought that left back in, I do think it makes sense for him to go out on loan. He's going to play week in, week out at Harrogate as well. He's going to be one of their better players. Obviously, their left back for the majority of this season was Jaheim Headley, who I actually thought was going to come to us on loan. Obviously, Huddersfield Town recalled him. I think he's going to be involved in their first team squad now for the remainder of the season, which fair enough, you know, he deserves that. And thinking all the games that we've played against him, he has looked very good. Now, the thing with Harrogate is they don't just play a back four, they play a back 3/5. So I would be interested to see how Matty Foulds would get on in that sort of system, because he's certainly not the quickest, and sometimes he can be a little bit of a deer in the headlights, to be honest with you. So to play as a wing back, I think you've got to be a little bit more athletic. But in a back four, Matty Foulds is very, very solid. I don't actually know how tall Talaji Bowler is, but I'm pretty sure he's smaller than Matty Foulds. So if we weren't already a small team, you think about the height that we've really got in our team. You either have the striker in Andy Cook or Vidal Oliver. Matty Platt's pretty tall as well. I think Gilead's just over 6 foot. I think Critchlow is 6 foot. Apart from that, we've not really got any height in the team whatsoever. So we're going to be really, really weak from set pieces. Although we have 11 players inside our own penalty area, I do think now we are going to struggle from set pieces even more, to be honest with you. I thought even when we had someone like Matty Foulds, he's what, 6'1", something like that, 6'2" maybe. I think even then we did struggle. So to have a downgrade in size even more, despite maybe he might be better on the ball, a little bit more athletic, I do think it's an interesting decision from Mark Hughes to put a lot of faith in a lone player here who's played 2 matches all season and an injury-prone Liam Rideout. Before we end today's video though, I do just want to quickly go through some of Matty Foulds' statistics from this season. I was actually going to go through his career, but Harrogate briefly mentioned that in the article. So this season for Matty Foulds for Bradford City, he played 18 matches, starting all 18, averaging 90 minutes per game. Featured in the team of the week on 3 occasions. He's got 2 assists, which were Andy Cook's second goal away at Tranmere and Vidal Oliver's goal at home to AFC Wimbledon. He averages 78.2 touches per 90. He created 1 big chance, also averaged 0.9 key passes per game, which I think is very good for a left back. He had a 64% passing accuracy, 70% in his own half, 55% in the opposition half. 33% of his long balls were accurate, 39% of his chip passes were accurate, and 28% of his crosses were accurate as well. I certainly think that over the last couple of matches, maybe the last 3 or 4 matches, that record has certainly taken a decline, to be honest with you. I do think his crossing over the last 5 or 6 games has been really poor, to be honest with you. In terms of his defensive stats though, he's taken 6 clean sheets out of them 18 games, so he averages a clean sheet 1 every 3 matches for Bradford City. He averaged 1.6 interceptions per game, 3.3 tackles per game, 3.1 clearances per game as well. 0 errors, which led to a shot. He averaged 0.7 dribbles per 90, 60% of them being successful, which I do think is very good. 7.2 total duels, winning 64% of them. them, 4.4 ground duels per 90, winning 65% of them, and then finally 2.7 aerial duels per 90, winning 62% of them. So his defensive stats there, quite impressive in my opinion. He's picked up 0 yellow cards as well so far this season, so he's very disciplined and all that sort of stuff. I'm kind of gutted that he has gone, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't know how good Tolaji Bowler is. I'll have to wait and see if this is going to be an improvement or a downgrade. It's certainly an interesting one. If you have enjoyed watching today's video, though, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 70 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts on this departure as well down in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Matty Foulds joining Harrogate Town on a half-season loan from Bradford City? Apologies again about the video being out a little bit later than I would have liked. Check out my thoughts on Tolaji Bowler signing as well. That video went out yesterday. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another video. Peace.